Hello, it's Pete here from floorWIZ. Today we're going to be looking at our floor visualizer, and in this video I'm going to show you how to maximize the value of the visualizer. It's a great tool to give you more confidence when you're selling, to give the customers more confidence in your business, and to help close deals much more effectively and much faster. So there's a few tips and tricks we have. There's ways to use the tool that can really change the way you do business, can change your sales process, and make things much simpler to do. A lovely quote that one of our customers has told us is that their salespeople now feel more like order takers than salespeople because they're using this tool in a way that customers are making decisions before you've even visited them. So let's take a look at the first way that customers are using this tool, and that is to take it to a job when they go out to quote or to measure up. Now, the beauty of this tool is that it's built in a way where you can use it as a prop to explain to customers the different product types you have and to also show them lots of different options very quickly. One of the big ways that I say to use this tool is when you meet that customer for the first time. Perhaps you're a bit nervous, it's the first time you met this person. Perhaps they're a bit nervous, they're not used to having people coming into their house, measuring up for things and effectively selling them something that will be in their property for years to come. The visualizer acts as a really great prop for this because it's something where you can slowly introduce your products in a nice way where you can explain that they're going to get to see what their finished floor will look like. But in between that point where you're showing them that, taking the first photo, there's a really good journey there to explain products to them and get them into a point where they're starting to understand what you do, what the product is, and how it all works. So really simple, you take that picture when you first walk in. Lots of our customers will take one or two different pictures so they've got some points to refer to later on. You upload that straight onto the visualizer and it detects the floor. Now, if you sell more than one floor system, the next step is product explainer screen. So this is a short paragraph about each product so that you can start to kind of introduce the best product fit for them. Once you click on that, this jumps straight into the visualizer, and by this point the floor will have been detected and cut out with our AI tool. So you can then click on the different blends on the right hand side and very quickly go through those different options that they may like. Now again, really nice way to do this is to say to them perhaps what colours are they thinking of for this floor, or maybe you start with what football team or basketball team they like, and then you can pick out some colours that match those teams. This lovely icebreaker as well for, again, perhaps people who are very into their sports. It's a nice way to start talking about those things. So once they start to select those different blends, you may find that a blend is almost right for them, but it's not perfect. This is where, again, the tool comes in really handy. So you can press the customize button on the right hand side and you can customize that product. So a really great example of this is the Orbit blend. Let's say they've picked that, but the blend kind of looks right, but the blue isn't for them. Really simply, you press customize, you click on the blue, and you can change that to any other color. But it does go deeper than this, so you can do all sorts with the customizer. You can change all the flake sizes, you can adjust the ratios of that, and you can do that with the sliders where it auto calculates this for you. Or if you want to be more accurate, you can use the percentage buttons there where you click on each percentage and change them. Once you've finished customizing this blend with the customer, you can hit the Save Design button. Now that will then email the blend they've customized and a picture of their room, both to them and to you. The beauty of this is before you've even left the house, they've got an email in their inbox from your company with that blend. It just helps to keep that momentum going through the sales process. It's something to look at. If you've not quoted them there and then on the job, they've got something there to look at, to refer back to, and it's just a lovely way to keep that conversation moving with the customer. So let's look at the second way that people use this. And this is as a way to keep the momentum going from the point where you've booked an appointment with them. So very often, you will be booking appointments maybe a week, sometimes 2 weeks in advance to go out and measure up a job and to give a quotation to a customer. To the point where they book the call, they're really excited about what you're doing. They've got to a point where they want someone to come to their property, they want to get a quotation, and they want to move forward. Now, between that point and 2 weeks, they may lose that interest. Things start to dip a bit, they've not heard back from you. And this is where we say to our customers, as soon as someone books a call with you, as soon as there's an appointment in the calendar, drop them a link to your visualizer, either by text or email, whichever way feels best for you and feels best for that customer. And then say to them, hey, here's our visualizer. Before we meet, take a look at this. It explains what we do, explains some of the products we have and some of the options. So they've got something to play with straight away. And it's a great way for them to jump straight in, take a few pictures, in their own time and at their comfort, and to get some ideas generated. And this is where you'll find that if you've done that before and you meet a customer, you may still do that visualization when you meet them because you want to talk through ideas, but they already have a really solid idea in their mind of what they like and what they don't like. It makes that customer experience feel much more fluid, and the confidence in your company from that customer is massively increased. The third way that people use this tool is as a distance selling tool. So you might cover a wide region, and it might be that, you'll travel 3-4 hours for a job if it's the right kind of job for you. But that doesn't mean that you want to go out to every single customer knowing that you might not get them. A lot of our customers will use this as a way of, first of all, getting some images of the job and testing if this customer is someone that is worth doing that appointment to measure up and to visit the property. So you can send back this visualizer link and say to them, again, same thing, take a few pictures of your room, try out a few different options, and if you press that save design button, or it might say request a quote, this is something we'll come on to later, or you can customize the CTAs. Once they've done that, you ask them to send over those different blends they've picked or a few pictures of their room, and it lets you gauge, is this a serious customer? Is the space I'm going to do, is it worthwhile to travel to? So really simple way to just filter out the right customers and make sure that the people that you're spending time with and the time you're investing in sales activity is on the right customers. Okay, the fourth way, and one of the most powerful ways you can use this, is to put it on your website. So some people just use this to go out to customers' houses and quote jobs, and it's brilliant for that. It's a great way to keep that process moving. However, they don't have an effective way to pick up leads on their website. So people might hit that website, it may say a few lines about the company. It's very similar to everyone else's website. It doesn't have something to set you apart from the rest. And this is where the visualizer becomes hugely powerful, because you add that visualizer button to your menu bar, you add a few call to actions within the site, perhaps say, see the flaws in your space, or underneath the different blend types you've got, you can have customize this blend, and that takes the customer into the visualizer. The way this works is that as soon as they start to customize, the research we have shows that customers that are picking blends, customizing, are much more likely to convert into leads and much more likely to convert into sales at the end. So just getting them onto the visualizer is hugely beneficial in itself. Now, I touched on this very briefly before. We have this save design button. Now, by default, the button says save design, but you can customize this. And lots of our customers who are web heavy, they do a lot of lead generation through the website, will change this to say things like request a quote or book an appointment. And it just serves to get to the next step with that customer. So once you've done that, it's really simple to customize in our platform. The form itself pops up and it will say name, email, and you can add things to this. So you can add a phone number, you can add a zip code or an address. Whichever way you feel picking up those details will help you work out if this is the right customer for you. When they hit save, that sends an email both to you and the customer, and you can customize this email as well. So if you're using this as part of your website journey, you can make that email about that next step. So you might have book an appointment on the link. They hit save, they get that email, it shows them a picture of their floor, it shows them the blend they've selected, and you can also add things like a custom call to action. So this might be a short paragraph saying, thanks for getting in touch with us. The next step is to book an appointment. Please click on the link below for direct access to our calendar. We've built this so that it works for any kind of sales journey. Crucially, this is all about making it about your journey, making it about the way you like to sell, and the visualizer slotting in there as a really helpful, powerful tool to do that. One of the big questions we get is, how easy is it to install floorWIZ on my site? We've tried to make this process as simple as possible. So we set up all the catalogs for you. You tell us your suppliers, we add all of those things into the visualizer for you. And then to get this on the site itself, there's a small block of code that you add to the page. Now, we like to help people with this, so we always suggest Book a quick call with us once you've signed up. We'll talk you through how to get this on the site. It never normally takes more than 15 to 20 minutes, and it's on there looking great and helping you to generate leads. Let's take a quick look at how easy it is to edit things on the visualizer. So this is the back end of our website, and what you'll see here is your visualizer, the integration documentation, which we will run you through, and you'll see the customize option. Now, with these options, we can customize your email, which we've already touched on, and we can customize the branding on the tool. Within the customize section, we'll be able to customize the email that we've talked about, the call to actions, and the branding colors, and upload your logos. This is really simple to do. All you have to do is edit those fields or upload your logos, and it will change instantly. We always say to customers though, if you're struggling with this or you want someone to talk to about it, just get in touch. We'll jump on a call, we'll walk you through this, and we can also talk through the best options for you and your business, the best call to actions, and the best things to say in that email. Thanks for watching this video. For more information about floorWIZ, visit floor-wiz.com.